Welcome to Bakes and Blenders. Today we're going to make moist, delicious Nutella cupcakes, top them with a creamy Nutella frosting, drizzle them with even more Nutella, and sprinkle them with crushed hazelnuts. They are absolutely delicious, so let's get started. First up, let's make those Nutella cupcakes. To prepare my cupcake pan, I start by sprinkling about a teaspoon of uncooked dried rice into each cavity. Add cupcake liners to the pan. This recipe will be making 18 cupcakes. Add some of your boiling water to just your cocoa powder and stir until there are no more lumps. Then you can slowly add the rest of the boiling water and whisk well until thoroughly combined. You can find links to these recipes in the description box below this video. Combining just the hot water and cocoa powder will allow the chocolate to bloom and give us a deeper, richer flavor. So set that aside while we prepare the rest of our ingredients. Sift together your sugar, all-purpose flour, cake flour, dried buttermilk, baking powder, baking soda, and salt in a medium bowl. Give the dry ingredients a good whisk and then set them aside. Add the Nutella to your still warm chocolate mixture and whisk until it is completely combined and there are no more lumps or chunks of Nutella. Then you can add your canola oil and vanilla and whisk to combine. Add your egg and wet ingredients to the dry ingredients and beat on a low speed for 1 to 2 minutes. With butter-based cakes, you always want to beat until the ingredients have only just combined. However, with the oil-based cupcakes that we're making, we need to develop a little bit of gluten, so we are going to beat it more than just being combined, but you still do not want to overmix your cupcake batter. Scrape your bowl down and give it a final whisk by hand if you see any lumps. Time to portion out our Nutella cupcake batter. You absolutely do not want to overfill these cupcakes, so you're going to need less batter than normal. I still like to use my yellow cookie scoop to portion out my cupcakes, but instead of filling it all the way to the top, I fill it to just the bottom of that scooper bar that's on it. You should end up with about 18 cupcakes. If you end up with far less than that, your cupcakes are overfilled and I would really suggest trying to scoop some out of them. If they're overfilled, they will spread out, not puff up, and it can just get a little ugly. Still delicious and it will be fine, but just not pretty. Bake the cupcakes at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for about 22 to 24 minutes. They are done when you can gently touch the top of a cupcake and it springs back, and if you poke one with a toothpick, all that will come out is a few moist crumbs. Cool in the pan for about 5 to 10 minutes and then transfer them to a cooling rack, and you're going to want to let them cool completely before we frost them. If you're not going to be frosting your cupcakes that day, go ahead and put them in an airtight container. They'll be fine on the counter for a day, maybe 2. Longer than that, you want to wrap them up well in cling wrap, put them in a Ziploc bag, and put them in the freezer. Add the pasteurized egg whites and about half of the powdered sugars to the bowl of your stand mixer. Using the whisk attachment, gradually increase your speed until you get to a medium-high speed. Then you'll whip the mixture for about 4 minutes. Don't forget to scrape the bowl down as needed. Now that the mixture is thick and glossy, we can begin adding our softened butter. With the stand mixer on a medium speed, add the softened butter about 1 tablespoon at a time and allow it to incorporate before you add the next chunk of butter. If you're enjoying this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe so you can see more of my videos. After each stick of butter that I've added, I like to increase the speed to a medium-high for about 30 seconds to a minute, reduce the speed again, and continue to add the butter. Once you've added your last bit of butter, increase the speed to a medium-high. You're gonna whip this mixture for about another 4 minutes, and don't forget to stop and scrape the bowl down as needed. At this point, your buttercream should be nice, light, and fluffy. You can scrape the bowl down again and remove that whisk attachment. Add the cocoa powder and half of the remaining powdered sugar to the stand mixer. Using the paddle attachment, you're going to slowly increase your speed to about a medium and beat until everything is well combined, which will take about a minute. I like to drape my stand mixer with a clean kitchen towel to prevent any of the powdered sugar or cocoa powder from flying up in a nice explosion. I call this my hybrid buttercream because it starts off as a Swiss meringue buttercream, but then we finish it like we're making an American buttercream. So it's not as sweet as a traditional American buttercream, but it's not as buttery as a traditional Swiss meringue buttercream. For me, it just hits that sweet spot. Once everything is combined, you're going to add your remaining powdered sugar and again beat that, increasing the speed to a medium until well combined. Add the Nutella and the vanilla, then beat on a medium speed until well combined, about a minute. Once your Nutella frosting is all finished, make sure to taste it and adjust the flavors as necessary. You might want to add another spoonful of Nutella or two. It's completely up to you. If you're not using the buttercream right away, put it in a container with an airtight lid and pop it in the fridge. Before you use it, just let it sit on the counter for a couple of hours and then beat it again to get the consistency where it needs to be, and it will be ready to go. I'm using an Ateco 888 piping tip, my absolute favorite for cupcakes, and I'm just going to pipe a nice big swirl of Nutella frosting onto each cupcake. You can find links to the products that I've used in the description box below this video. To cover up the tail of frosting on our cupcakes, I've got some Nutella in a small piping bag. I just snipped off just a tiny bit of the edge, and we're just going to drizzle it with some more Nutella goodness. Now, Nutella does not really drizzle like it would if it were a ganache or melted chocolate, so it's almost like piping lines. You can definitely try heating up the Nutella first if you'd like, but that's not necessary. And to finish off our Nutella cupcakes, I have some crushed hazelnuts and just sprinkle that right over the lines of Nutella that you piped. Look how gorgeous these Nutella cupcakes are. They are so soft and moist, and they've got that delicious chocolate hazelnutty flavor of Nutella. They are amazing, if I do say so myself. I hope you enjoyed watching this recipe tutorial for my Nutella cupcakes. If there is another type of cupcake recipe, tutorial, or tips that you'd like to see me cover, leave a comment down below and I'll see what I can do about it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Happy baking!
I'm not the director of these videos, okay? Just so you know.